before the Blast Pro Series stops for the year, and then they'll be playing for one of the 4 spots in the global final, where we double the prize pool. It's going to be $500,000 that they'll be playing for. Now, we've already been to Sao Paulo. We're here in Miami now, and you may remember that Astralis won Sao Paulo, so they've already got themselves 10 points. We can see the season board leaderboard here now. So NIP, they came 4th at Sao Paulo. ENCE actually came 3rd, so that's why they have 4 points. So say we have Na'Vi coming 3rd today, or Liquid coming 3rd today, they'll pick themselves up 6 points. So there is actually a lot at stake here going into this Liquid Na'Vi match, because not only are they playing for that 2nd place, but the score means a lot in terms of them actually getting that 3rd place as well, doesn't it, mate?
Oh, no, definitely. The fact that we have these global finals now, it means that if you end up 3rd or 4th, it can actually have a lot of impact for the future. So that's a great thing. It means long term. But obviously, as you said, that game, it's a huge game. It's a banger in itself. I mean, Liquid versus Na'Vi. So many history, so many storylines. Who is the 2nd best team in the world? Astralis are up there for sure, but these two, they fight for it for so long time.
Tell me about what happened in 2018. I'm so sorry to interrupt you there, Vendetta.
How about it? The thing about 2018 is that Na'Vi were winning the trophies. So you would argue that they could be the 2nd best team in the world, but when Liquid faced them, they would win all the time. Last 4 best of 3 is won by Liquid. The last time Na'Vi won a map against Liquid was in January 2018. It's more than a year ago.
That's a while ago, yeah.
It's incredible to think. It's like Liquid, they always beat Na'Vi. Is it the end today? We shall see.
Let's take a look at the 2 players you chose for the face-off. Oh, is that Maniac?
Yeah,
sorry.
That's
I'm so sorry. I'm showing some serious desk bias today. I apologize.
Okay. We share everything. You know, we work together. We share together.
It's because you bring me that Swiss chocolate, Maniac.
Actually, you brought me chocolate. That was very nice.
I did. It was a hint.
So if we want to look at 2 particular players for that game, that was going to be Twist and Electronic. Those are my 2 picks, right? Twist is actually the best player from Liquid on Inferno. He's always the most highest rated player on that A side, locking down. So guys at home, keep your eyes on Twist. He's the man to look forward on Inferno. And on the side of Na'Vi, I want to see Electronic show up. He didn't show up yesterday. He had a very good Shanghai event. And Na'Vi, if they want to have success, they need him to activate and be the beast. Because we know simple is always simple. That's how it is. But Electronic needs to show up.
Well, Vendetta, I'm definitely actually going to talk to you very shortly, but we need to head over to our fellow analysts, Nifty and Potter, because they need to talk to us about the other 2 matches that are going to be happening, MIBR versus Astralis and Cloud9 versus FaZe.
Oh, your mic's not on.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyways, we have C9 and FaZe going off on Overpass. So what we will look to see is have C9 have the same kind of comeback that they did against Liquid yesterday. They performed really well. I want to see Golden going in for those information plays and also kind of just getting the man advantage for his team. C9 did a great job at that yesterday. I'd like to see more of that today. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'd also like to see FaZe just flip a switch and use all of their talent and their skill and their experience together and just make great plays.
For sure, and quickly, MIBR versus Astralis is going to be on Overpass. coldzera, he was a little underwhelming yesterday, so we definitely need, MIBR definitely need him to show up. And not only that, if MIBR lose to Astralis here and Liquid beat Na'Vi, MIBR are out. They don't have a shot at that grand final. So MIBR absolutely need to win this map. Astralis, they're looking impressive. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Thank you so much, guys. What do you think is going to happen? Vendetta, finally coming to you.
Yeah, no, eventually. Yeah, we got there. No, I mean, obviously exciting matchups all around. I do think MIBR, they're going to have a continued hard time. I don't see it turning around versus the best team in the world. That's just how it is. So we'll see. You know, Counter-Striker is meant to surprise people, so maybe that's something in store for us, but I can't say I'm completely convinced.
And let's take a look at the defining factors for this match.
Absolutely. So here are the most important things for Liquid going into Inferno. First off, fundamentals. They've always been a team that's prided themselves on playing the game properly, and actually that's one of the biggest differences from them and Na'Vi. If you look at the stats in terms of how good they are at trading, how good they are at actually setting up flash assists for each other, all those kind of nitty-gritty things, there's a significant difference between Na'Vi, how they do it. They pretty much play the game without trading for each other, without flashing for each other, and they still find success. But this is where Liquid can have the upper hand versus a solid Na'Vi team. Also, map disruption, you really need to be disruptive with Na'Vi. Na'Vi, they're not the most innovative team, not the most creative. They do things because they know it works. It's solid. But again, if you let them set up, they're going to mess with you. So I think it's important for Liquid to realize if Flaming Ever going to do the same apps take 12 rounds in a row. You kind of need to do something about it if they're finding success that way. Lastly, ABC, always be closing. Liquid has a bit of a story for not being able to close out games when they need to. That can't happen versus the best teams in the world. We saw it yesterday versus Cloud9 as well. That's a team that they should be able to close out much, much sooner. But again, it's all about that getting past that final 10% that they seem to be, constantly struggling with. And it's hard to find a reason why, because they have all the talent they need in the world to make that happen. But if you're going to go up against the best, if you're constantly going to be competing versus the likes of Astralis, versus the likes of Na'Vi, you need to always be closing.
We've got like 30 seconds before we get into this match. But Maniac, I want to know, do you think that given that they've only played this map 4 times in the last 3 months, they've only won once, do you think Liquid has what it takes today to beat
Absolutely.
Na'Vi?
I think Liquid's going to take that game.
Well, let's find out what happens, because we are ready to go off to Bardov and DDK. They're going to be on the stage behind us, and they're going to be casting Liquid versus Na'Vi.
Thank you so much, Frankie. Yes, this is going to be an incredibly exciting matchup. James, we had the pleasure to cast Team Liquid yesterday. They look very, very polished.
No, well, now you can. There we go.
I wanted to hold it together.
You wanted to keep it cool.
I tried my best. Didn't really work out. Now you can do your thing.
Well, I appreciate it, Henry. How are you doing? You're looking even more tan today.
I feel very tanned. I feel relaxed. I feel excited. We've got a great game of CS here. It is overpass, however. On this stream, we'll be watching MIBR Astralis.
Yes.
Sounds amazing on paper, but the last few months has not boded well at all for MIBR. It's a map they don't really play that much. They've played it 4 times in the last 3 months and won 0 of those up against one of the world's best teams on this map. They have dropped a little bit in form in Astralis in terms of overpass, but I feel like they're still the absolute heavy favorites here.
They have still won it, as opposed to MIBR.
Exactly.
So that is something.
Well, we'll see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first game of the day. Yeah, I've got Astralis on the T side here. They've got a PT-50 for Device, a couple of smokes, a Molotov as well. Suggest a very tactical executions coming forward, but the aggression from the CTs is being presented towards short. coldzera and Phelps making their way towards the short pipe, and they might be able to get a couple of kills here. We'll see who comes out on top. It will be Dupree to strike first, and a flurry of frags coming in. It's going to be coldzera and Full answering back. 3 versus 3, still with the majority of the utility, and it's Astralis falling back towards middle.
Yeah, I feel like Astralis getting away with a little bit more than they should have there. I think Dupree was very isolated. Could have definitely been picked off without much of a reply, and that's actually just incredible. He was walking up the ladder or climbing up the ladder and somehow got the kill on Device anyway. That's aggressive play out of Fur. How do you feel about that, Henry?
I love it. That's what we wanted to see from Fur yesterday. We felt like he was almost on a leash. He didn't look nearly aggressive enough for his play style. We'll see if he can continue that. Zipex certainly can. Lovely shot from him, but that's the bomb going down. And it comes down to this 1v1 duel. Glaive with 38 HP up against Taco. He's got the defuse kit. Plenty of time with 45 seconds on the clock, and now he needs to work out how he gets through to the bomb site.
Why was coldzera pushing that? Just a 2v1.
It's a good point, Anders. Sometimes you just have to let it happen.
You just have to accept it. Well, listen, I won't comment on it if I can sense you're feeling uncomfortable about the topic, Henry. I'll leave it alone. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just saying that I feel like that would have been... I mean, maybe he thought that he could catch the next kill right before anyone managed to react. But I feel like that's put Taco in a very weird position, right?
Well, the benefit he has right now, he can transition between both bomb sites very quickly, but the bomb is going to be planted. Taco hears it, rotates over, and now the 1v1 really begins. Remember, Glaive is low HP, and he'll be punished for that. Doesn't even get to reposition, and it will be MIBR picking up a much-needed pistol. Remember, this is a best of 1, and MIBR yet to win a game. They've had 1 loss and 1 draw. To be fair, the draw was against FaZe. That's a pretty decent result for them, but they need one of those to be a win at least, I think, to have a chance in the finals. But we'll see how they get on here. The best foot forward in the pistol round at least. It comes down to the 1v1 with Taco wins it out. Will we see the force buy in the second though from Astralis? That's the question as we look back at the replay. Here's coldzera getting the initial kills. And if get him on the ladder, he did jump up just about, and then drop down. And this is where it got a little bit awkward for coldzera. You can see he got the bomb down there. Could have actually justified that kill, but the fact they win the round, no harm, no foul. And it is going to be the force buy from Astralis here. 3 AKs, 2 Deagles. If you get the bomb down, it's almost worth it every time to get these AKs up. It should be up against the SMGs. So 3 rifles, 2 Deagles, and they'll be going into a slow default here. And the key is, Anders, you don't want to necessarily fire off bullets early. You want to suggest that you haven't really got much at all. You can hear them firing off their Glocks, suggesting they haven't brought up into this round.
It's a good idea, and well, Fallen's completely caught, almost can't caught falling back as well as Fur. Could have definitely died there, so a bit scary early on in the round here for MIBR.
There's also an idea as well. A lot of teams these days are dropping their AKs, throwing decoys, and this suggesting we've only got Glocks, right? It's kind of cool tactic, but Taco, nice frag in return. Still a 4 versus 4, but it certainly favors Astralis still 1 minute on the clock.
They're doing a fine job at the moment. I think if you're MIBR right now, surely the dream would be to build a really solid lead in the beginning. Like if you let Astralis into the game this early on, that's just not going to be good news. You want like 5 or 6 rounds before they even can start to really put their feet on it.
There's only one player towards A, and that's going to be Fur. Not really the ideal weapon for this sort of duel. Has got a chance to find the frag, but still not looking good. And 3 players towards B. Device has already made his way towards the A side. It's the 4 versus 3, and MIBR don't really have much of a chance here. They have 1 flash, and Incendiary, that smoke down towards the spawn area. Not even sure there's a chance of winning this. The boost is pretty much all they've got to go with, and the Device is ready for it.
Yeah, that was cold, and he got the second kill, I think, through the smoke on Phelps there. So even if everything had fallen apart, I mean, they actually had Dupree the whole time of the connector, so they knew that nobody was rotating that way. That's a lot of comfort to have when you're planning on that A-bomb site. Yeah, this is very well done round from Astralis, and as you said, MIBR with SMGs against the AK-47s, and you see the result. I think at least part of this was probably due to that.
It's always such a difficult round, and the bomb is planted as well. You need to make sure you have enough firepower to potentially take down AK-47s, or you need to do something quite fancy with the SMGs and maybe go for a push somewhere, try and get a frag back. They did try and defend territory towards short. They got the kill, but when they got towards that A-bomb side of Astralis, that is, it all fell apart. Fur was left alone with the SMG. Wasn't going to work out for him, and it will be another round on the board, this time in favor of Astralis. It's going to be Cold Zero with the saved M4. He's going to drop a UMP, so they definitely will force buy into this 3rd round. And can they reply in an equal manner? We'll see. That's Device getting it done, looking out for the boosted players.
Good call on him. Really, really well done. Now, just sort of yesterday, when we were watching them on Nuke MIBR, they seemed to play a lot better when they were playing, you know, a little bit more loose. We had Fallen with the AWP pushing aggressive, you know, out in yard, and all that, and that only happened at the very end of the game, and it felt like it was too late somehow.
It's a real problem for this team. Yeah. Similar to FaZe, I think, at least, that they seem to warm up right at the end of a map. I don't think this format necessarily helps out with the best of ones and stuff like that. It feels like they don't have enough time to really show us how they can warm up into a series. So, either way, Astralis is certainly the favourites here, but MIBR do have the force buy at this point. You can see the stack towards the Nectar. The Molotov comes through and is looking very good. That's going to be a guaranteed kill. Can he find the double, though? Not quite. So an AK found by Phelps. Bomb still down towards T-spawn, but still massive advantage for the Ts.
They've got most of the control on this side. I'm not sure if they realize that Fallen is in here. He actually might find a pretty good gap to get a kill. Is he going to go and check it? I wonder if he had the footstep. This should be easy with the 5-7. Just waiting for Device and calling it in for his teammates. More rotation should be happening. I mean, they know a lot right now. Fallen's actually playing this really well. He just has to get the kill, and that's easy. Job well done, just as the grenades come out from Astralis. So they've kind of committed to this a little bit, and they're going to keep pushing it. The rest of MIBR making their way from the B-bomb side to Fallen. He's playing it so well. Absolutely amazing. Taking down Glaive, and now Dupree with a bit of a reply on Phelps. But again, they're sort of weirdly locked in here, Astralis. The bomb will go down. Cold Zero getting an easy kill, leaving it in a 1 versus 3. And even for Sip, with 13 health, that is too much to handle. That is incredibly well played, especially by Fallen.
I didn't think he had a second kill in him. It felt like he almost let the T get a little bit too far towards the bomb site. He couldn't recover the rifle there. Great stuff by him, absolutely, to get in the back. And the second kill was wonderful. Great stuff from the 5-7. Fallen saves the day, and they actually recover 3 AK-47s as well. But the bomb has been planted. You can almost guarantee Astralis will be forcing into the next rounds. It'll actually be a pretty decent buy overall, but MIBR, great job. It's been 2-1 in their favor now. It's going to leave Astralis between 3,500 and 4K. A couple of them a little bit more, so we'll see whether they want to bring out a full array of AKs here or justify a little bit more utility. Device 3,300 mages, so just under 4K as well, but they will be forcing it as the replay. Fallen, absolutely spot on here. Glaive had no helmets, just to know that, so that's why he gets the gush straight away. Down he goes, and Cold Zero. Pretty simple procedure for him to close it out. Nice work. MIBR right back in the game now. Galil's, Device, and Mages.
Yes, indeed. So favoring some of that utility you were talking about, and it makes a lot of sense to try and do that. A little bit of a pre-fire. Could have definitely done some more damage if it didn't 1 second later. I think actually Fur would have walked right into it. But now he's just sort of hiding up there. No backup, and they did it again, didn't they?
They did the triple nade from outside B towards the boost spot, I believe, and they've actually got the kill off that. That's really, really cool.
It's not a bad idea at all. Was it triple or double?
I think it was triple.
All right. Well, better make sure, I guess. A lot of the times, grenades tend to go slightly underused, or they don't have much of an effect, and sometimes they even get people killed.
If ever there was a team that utilizes them correctly, it's Astralis. They really showed us how powerful they can be.
Do have a really good blueprint to work off of. I feel like more and more teams starting to do that and come up with their own too, so definitely the metagame has changed a little bit in that sense. Taco, it's a great kill. He needed that a lot, otherwise they were going to be out of the round immediately. So 3 versus 4 now. They need to do more. I mean, poor Taco, he might have to be put to work once again up here.
It all comes to a standstill for now. 45 seconds remaining. coldzera and Taco wait patiently on the A side. Molotov's being deployed. Looks like a final commitment from Astralis here. Glaive coming up towards long. Dupree flashed in. The flashbang is stellar as well. Great shots from Dupree. He knows exactly where the second player is. Can't hit the shot, but his trade comes through. Zipex will get the plant. 3 versus 1 as Fallen comes through the connector. Almost no chance of winning this one. He'll flash out for the best there. Nice try. Mages, even while fully blind, gets the kill. And that's a good reply once again. The war of attrition continues here. Who will break first? Who will have to eco? It doesn't look like MIBR because they're buying up with the UMPs, and I'm sure some Deagles will come out as well. They're going to have to go for it by the looks of things. There's a FAMAS for Taco, Deagle for coldzera, and at this point, trying to work out how you can make this round really work. You don't have any real range on you. The best weapon you have is a FAMAS. You've got a Deagle there. Are you going for an aggressive push to get a kill on a rifle? Are you holding back the crossfires? Time will tell, Anders.
This is a kind of a crazy way to get started, isn't it? Usually, I think other teams would maybe have tried to save at this point and try to get, you know, an AWP on that CT side or anything like that. But MIBR really not willing to bend, and neither were Astralis. Now they've stacked up at the B bomb site, so they're putting it pretty much all on that right now. I mean, Fallen sort of scouting it a little bit on the other side, but this could be very cool. They're going to be pushing 3 men out towards the sewer, actually going for a really, I think, are they going to try and triple boost to look over the wall? Yeah, they are. You could do that. So cool, isn't it? Taco falling back. That's perfect timing. Otherwise, he would have been killed. So a lot of trickery coming out from MIBR. I really like this. I really want them to be creative and not just try and play the standard play.
Slow again. Patient game so far from Astralis. They do detect the way towards shorts, and it's actually parking out on top. He gets away as well. Down to
we've got wallbang.
0. You're right, the wallbang comes through. It's Zipex to pick it up. At this point, it's a 4 versus 4, so Astralis once again with the advantage, considering the weaponry. Fallen P250 only. Remember, he had that 5.7 before and did a great job with it. He is actually fully invested. He has no armor, just the pistols. He had to drop a weapon for a teammate. Can he make this pistol work? I'm not sure.
Close range, almost got that headshot, but it wasn't enough, and Taco was in a really uncomfortable position. The first kill is good. Actually, that supporting smoke in front is brilliant.
Just what he needed. That's called a one-and-done position usually, but the smoke and the backup from his teammates actually allows him to stay alive there, so that's fantastic. As they rotated back towards the B bomb site, just one player waiting there, and that's coldzera. He has the Desert Eagle. Folks are rotating as well. Flashbang and the follow-up headshot. It's absolutely sublime, and it looks like there's a lot of pressure being applied here. Could be another response from MIBR, and indeed it is. 3 players survive. They answer back once again, and this time no bomb has been planted. So will Astralis want to force into this? I'm not too certain about that. Maybe it's 1400. Same story for Dupree. So do they give in at this stage and just let MIBR have a free round? Maybe a tactical timeout required in this best of 1, even though it's so early on. There it is. There's going to be a timeout. coldzera, great job with the Deagle. He's got one of the scariest Deagles in the game. If it gets going, it's absolutely brilliant.
I'm very excited. I mean, I feel like we were pessimistic, Henry, about the chances for MIBR to have a...
Rightly so, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think we were unjustified in that, but there was definitely a worry looking at the stats for the game coming into it. As you said, played 4 times, won none of them. Yeah. Now they're playing Astralis on it. Definitely an uphill battle, but I feel like they've done a remarkable job already, and just the little details that I'm liking here, like the creativity. I feel like let's say the confidence to go for some of these plays. The 3-man push, L-bend down to the B-bomb side. Those little details, I was worried that they would do, I think what we saw them do on Nuke a lot yesterday, which was just trying to stick to the defaults for a long time.
Sure.
And I just think against a team like Astralis, and especially when you're sort of in a rebuilding phase like MIBR are at the moment, that doesn't work.
Well, now they've had some clutch victories, right? They've won a few ecos, now they'll be feeling it, their confidence will be getting there. It's not really scrappy wins, they're actually winning convincingly with just pistols. They'll be feeling it. This is the calling card from Fur, pushing towards middle. Phelps known for his aggression as well. He pushes off towards short, gets a kill on Glaive there. So that's job done. As far as CD is concerned now, they can fall back. They've got a bit of information. They've worked out that it's an AK they just took down. And this stage should be their round. It will take something remarkable for Astralis to get back into this. They currently have 2 smokes and 4 flashbangs. And they're just going to contact towards short by the looks of things as Device and Dupree try and open things up. And speaking of Deagles, Dupree, he's no stranger to that weapon in this position especially. He's had some very memorable moments.
Yeah, him and Magisk on this team are really high up there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Don't want to underestimate them at all. Gonna, yeah, switch around a little bit. Making a lot of noise.
A lot of smashing. I don't know why that's happening, but I like it. You see Taco boosted up once again in the camouflage position on the grills. Drops down. This will be a beat finish from Astralis. Phelps gets his 2nd kill of the round, 5 on 3.
That might be all they need here. I mean, trying to crunch this bomb site with 3 people defending inside of it. You've got minimal weaponry. Got a single smoke and a couple of flashbangs to set it up. It just doesn't sound very likely. You laid out like that, you know, you sort of feel like the odds are dwindling that they could do this 25 seconds, and Paul will take care of Sip. Phelps with his 3rd kill of the round, and could have almost been Dupree. Not going to get to see the Deagle this time around. The MIBR are now 4-2, and the money not really looking great for the Danish side here. So what a...
They have to eco. This will be the first eco of the game now.
Yeah.
And MIBR are looking assertive. They're looking like they're willing to take duels. You can see Phelps there. This is much different from yesterday. As you mentioned, they were so tentative. They were so slow on their CG side. They never really looked dangerous. But now this is much better. The B bomb side looks like it's under lock and key right now. And that's going to be a guaranteed round at number 7 here. It's Glocks, no armor. MIBR are going to be going up 5-2. And it's just whether Astralis can find a couple of frags here, maybe get a bomb down. That's about as good as it gets. But they know they're up against the eco here. And they're continuing to show aggression here. Let's get the first shot towards Astralis with the pins coming through. Oh my goodness, the Glocks. They come out on top, and Fur, he's got to pick up the pieces here. So he's got the option to fall back, but ideally he wants to get rid of that weapon. You can throw the AKs over the wall, but he's doing a good job of shutting this down. It should be absolutely fine. He takes another ding there. Need to get that great Debris. Another one, down to 14 HP. So a good start from Astralis, but ultimately only 1 kill.
Oh man, I wish we could see that last kill from Fur in slow motion replay. And not because of you, he was just killing a guy with a Glock, so, you know, fair play, but he was actually pre-firing for the wide peak.
Yeah.
Like he actually saw that coming, that, you know, there wouldn't be like, it's such a technical detail whether you do go for like the close shoulder peak or the wide peak in any of those scenarios, but Fur just read Dupree perfectly. It's nicely done. You like to see those little things.
You do, you absolutely do. A few compromises for Astralis. Zipex doesn't have a helmet, which can be an issue. Not so much when they have 2 AKs in the north, but either way, we're going into round number 8 here. 2 players towards B. Looks like a very default round here. Does the aggression continue from MIBR here? Doesn't look to be the case. They've actually got a little boost towards the B bomb site. That's the AWP. I love the AWP in this position. If you can hold this strong, it can be fantastic for intel and getting a cheeky frag. But Astralis are known for pre-firing that spot and flashing over. It is difficult to take frags against a team like this. They're going to be very regimented.
Once again, Taco in that position. Does he have backup enough? Yeah, he does, but Sip still gets the kill. I feel like 4-0. Not sure why he wasn't able to help out more, because obviously once you get the kill from that ledge, you want to get off pretty quick. You want to make sure you're not hanging around forever. Magisk on the other side. This is dangerous for Fallen, though. Got to be careful. Only really the top of his, you know, model is showing, so if Magisk connects, it's probably going to be a shot, but it won't be. Fallen. Quick reaction to take down Magisk. That's beautiful. Now, again, they're in a great position. And Astralis, they've got to, I mean, what do they do here? They've got very limited utility.
They really do. 1 smoke, 3 flashbangs. To be honest, Anders, it doesn't look good. Less than 35 seconds now. As they make their way back towards B, all you can really do is maybe smoke heaven, flash over, hope for the best, or you just go for a straight-up contact play and see if you can trade other kills. Currently going to be 2 CTs waiting on the B bomb site. Phelps doing such a great job there. 20 seconds now, holding up, still got an HE in hand. Might want to deploy that momentarily. We'll see if he feels that way inclined. 14 seconds, and you can see him just walking through the smoke. A nice kill from Zipex, but it shouldn't lead to a round victory here. A nice finish from coldzera. Great stuff. 3 players survived once again. 6-2 in favor of MIBR as the money is shut down once again for the Danes. They got to take another eco here.
Yeah, this is really beautiful, isn't it? Cold at 10-2-2. Now, I'd say some of those kills have been less remarkable.
Sure.
But I think now you see in that last moment, he's looking sort of really tuned in. And he wasn't having like a star performance in the game that we saw yesterday on Nuke. I wonder if he could get fired up, if that wouldn't be almost enough. If that would make the key difference at the moment. He's looking excited as well. Like you could tell, he's into the game. Fallen going to be taking down Dupree, so another good start, and they're immediately going to try and fall back.
Yeah. Well, they've confirmed they're up against the pistols here. Not too much heavy lifting has to be done. Opening kill from Fallen, and Fur just holding a defensive position towards the bathrooms. He can hear footsteps all around him with this information. Kill there. Should get a couple here. I think Zipek's down to a sliver of health, but Fur's in a very similar position. He'll be dropped, but Fallen still looks incredibly strong, and MIBR are on fire, it seems. 4 players survive again. Their bankroll must be insane by now. Indeed it is. 2 players in 5 digits, and the rest of them hovering around 8k. So really, really well done as they reinvest into the round. They're going to get all the bits and pieces required. And Fallen looks like he's ready to take Jules as well. 10 kills to his name, and a nice opening pick there as well.
What a delightful, adventure we've been taking on here. I feel like I wasn't expecting it. I was sort of bracing myself a little bit for watching the slower version of MIBR. It almost looked like we were about to start that way too, but this is very exciting. Happy to see them start to really pick it up. But now, I mean, with Astralis, and everybody knows this, of course, you just have to keep them down. Like, you can't let them back in the game because...
Well, this is the thing. Dupree has been known to say in interviews, they are used to starting on the back foot. They're the masters of the comeback. They don't necessarily win all their games completely, no problem whatsoever. They do struggle sometimes, and no problem really right now. It's still quite early on. Sure, it's quite a sizable scoreline at this point, but still plenty of opportunities to even come back and win the half. As they said, 5 players towards B. Could be the straight-up rush here, and I think it is. Flashbangs are going over. Taco reads it, and he'll just be deploying his utility and buying time.
What else could he really do? There's no point in trying to fight 5 people all at once, and they've got the bomb side. Should be able to get the bomb plant down. Taco, that's a good position.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The fact he denies the plant there and buys what? A good 5 seconds before that bomb goes down, even more so. They still haven't reclaimed it. He's done his job and then some. He's got a bit of trouble coming with the flames, but down he goes. It will be Zipex to finish things off, but that's enough time for his teammates to rotate in. Still with no plant here, Anders.
Finally setting it up. That grenade is going to be right on top, so Omega's taking a bit of damage there. And Astralis are weirdly locked in the bomb side. They probably don't really want that. They'd prefer to have somebody a little bit outside that could, take a little bit of attention away, maybe flank around in an after-plant scenario. It's looking a little bit strange here for them. Setting up for that smoke, though, at the elbow, and it's really well timed, and that's going to buy a little bit of time. Now, Thor has to make this one work, and he will. That's a massive kill of the retake. Cold Sierra next to take down Device, and now Magus. He's going to go down immediately. Cold Sierra cleaning it up. 3 kills just like that. And that was perfect.
That couldn't have been better. Shout out to Taco as well. As you mentioned, alone on the B bomb side. Didn't panic, didn't overcommit. Got himself in a sensible position. Got the all-important kill. Obviously, he wasn't aiming to take down the bomb carrier, but it's worked out that way. That's the frag he finds. Delays the plant by, what, good 15 seconds at that point. Enough time for his teammates to rotate in and attack every single facet of the map as they come through. And it's Fur and Taco doing a great job there to finish things off. Cold Zero as well with the 3-piece. Really, really strong retake. You can't ask for much better than that. The fact that 4 players survive, considering the way the bomb went down, that's really well done. AKs again for Astralis. Bomb planted, maximum loss bonus here, and aggression this time towards middle for the CTs.
Don't you love to see it, Cold Zero, when he's doing that?
I love it. When he gets fired up as well, and he looks like he's really feeling it, it's great to watch.
Yeah, I believe his mum is here as well, once again, watching. So
indeed, I saw his dad earlier as well, so the whole crew's come down. Always good to have the support.
Especially when things are working out like this on the stage. So 8-2, the current scoreline. Fallen. It's a good attempt. Oh, he's going to re-peek it again. Device wants to sneak in, try and see if he gets punishes. There are 3 people here waiting. I mean, this is kind of a trap that's been set up, and a beautiful one at that. So 1 kill in return there. Still advantage for MIBR. They're trying to push that B bomb side. Tacos once again just playing it smartly.
Yeah, that's all he has to do. They have the advantage here. They're happy to retake bomb sites. They've got the majority of their utility still in the bomb. Way back in T-spawns. They're not actually in the real threat right now. Astralis do have full control of the site, but it's Zipex there waiting, and they've already dumped all their utility before the bomb's gone down. And they've smoked heaven. They've used their flashbangs, their molotovs. Even if they get this plant down, how do they win this round? It doesn't look possible.
It's definitely not a good position to be in. 40 seconds there. Trying to maneuver. I think they're hoping right now, Astralis, that they make a mistake on the MIBR side and give them a kill, and that's just not happening at the moment. Cold Zero, more headshots raining in. He is looking like an absolute champion in this game. And Dupree wants to sneak in. Somebody has to make a play. Dupree's going to be getting a single kill, but shot down. Taco with a double. And that will be MIBR on 9 rounds to their name. They're doing a fantastic job. 15-3. on Cold Zero.
Yeah, it's refreshing. This is a different team than we saw yesterday. We questioned their vetoes throughout this tournament with the maps. We're not used to seeing them playing, especially the likes of Nuke, Overpass. Like we said, 0-4 in the last 3 months. Doesn't bode well statistically. But the way they're playing today, this is more like it. Great setups, mixture of them. They're showing heavy presence all over the map in different rounds. It's difficult to predict where they'll be heading. And Taco, such a great job of just staying alive and making sure his teammates can win the rounds as we head into another eco era, or a partial buy, if you will, for Astralis as they try and claw this one back.
Just a bit of presence there. He's at 75 on device. He's trying to run down Fallen, and Fallen is absolutely aware. He just wants to get away, but yeah, he managed to put enough distance between. Job well done.
Yeah, and he's confirmed it's another partial buy here. That seems to be the cue for everyone to fall back and start presenting crossfires instead of aggression here. You just want to hold up and see if you can maintain this advantage.
He's really liking this position, Taco, and I think it's worked. He's got to kill every single time he's been here. Now, I just feel like the follow-up is what they really need to work on, like how he gets away from it, but still, it's not bad at all. Big chance there. But Fur coming in with the flank. And, you know, just an easy cleanup here. They've got all the money in the world right now on the MIBR team, so...
Yeah, they won't have to weaker for a while. After this round, they're going to be having pretty much every player with 5 digits. Yes, everyone bar Fur. He's got 9k. Cold Zero at the top with $13,000 and round number 13. They're fine for the rest of this half. No worries about that whatsoever. They got 4 Orgs, 1 AWP, and Device brings out his sniper for the first time. So it took a while, but he's brought it out. He's a bit of a keen bean on Overpass with that particular weapon, more so on the CT side. As we head into round number 13, Astralis need to wake up here. It hasn't really gone in their favour. They haven't won a single gun round really yet. It's all been 4 spies against SMGs and not really a convincing default coming in their favour just yet.
Well, this is a great lead. Still, I think a chance for Astralis to turn this into a decent half.
11-4 is still absolutely recoverable.
Yeah.
But they do need to get a decent margin to enable a comeback.
Maybe long range here for Fallen, and also in a position where he couldn't get boosted from the birthday party area.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see. Let's see how this all works out. Dupree and the rest are pushing long. Let's see if you guys can still hear us.
Can you hear me? I'm going to assume you can hear us, and maybe you can. We can't hear ourselves, so we're going to assume it is working and continue as is. Fallen flashed, and he'll have to fall back here. This is a big chance for Astralis. They've got lots of presence towards long and middle. It's going to be Device finally getting a frag with the AWP. Daka goes down. 5 versus 4, but what a shot that is. Great stuff. This is some vintage Fallen coming out of his squad. Flashbang goes in. He wants a second bite of the cherry, but facing towards Bathrooms this time. Zipex dropped from the flank, and now we go to a 4 versus 3, and the final commitment towards long. Astralis will do absolutely everything they can as always see the shadow, but what a shot. Device takes him down, and at this point it's a 3 versus 3. Can Astralis convert this one?
First holding a good position. Someone's going to get shot at the back. There's the headshot coming through. Another one follow-up. Great job from Fur. And that leaves Glaive with just 14 seconds in a 1 versus 2. Now that's not looking good. They're just going to go down. Another round for MIBR, 11-2. This is looking really good for the Brazilian side. About to make really big impact on the tournament if they can pick this one up.
Indeed, Anders, I agree. 11-2. And we get into round number 14. Tactical timeout. Astralis still yet to post any real gun rounds here at all. And we'll see the great shot. That's from Device, so he did get boosted towards long. You don't normally see kills yielded from that position, but Fallen spots the tower, comes around, gets it done. You can see the shadow there from Device. Absolutely nails him. Really good stuff. And we'll see MIBR actually picking up yet another round. Fur really fitting it at this point. Really hope they can hear us, Anders.
I hope so too, Henry.
I'm going to assume they can't. Oh, we got it. No, that's just the truck.
On the assumption that that something is working, Henry, how do you feel about the chances now, MIBR? This is either going to be a great victory or it'll be painful, you know, comeback.
Astralis have come back from a lot worse before. They've done 13-2 comebacks against teams like Liquid, for example. So it's definitely possible. MIBR are not a perfect squad. We know their T sides are lacking over the last few months. So we'll see what can be done here. It's going to be Dupree making his way in. It's Mages will back him up. Great stuff so far. But still at 3 versus 3. coldzera, he's been absolute beast so far. Using the Orc, great stuff. Gets the advantage once again. He wants another. There's the headshot delivered as Glaive left in an impossible situation once again. They've barely had any post-plant situations to look decent for them. There's not been many clutches from MIBR. They've consistently kept, 3 players alive almost every single round. And we'll see what happens to Glaive here with 1 minute on the clock.
You really got to love that little flashbang to set up the third kill as well. So he could have just gone for it, but instead, Fallen setting it up nicely. Glaive, 50 seconds, trying to see if he could sneak in. He's got the right angle. That's kind of scary. He saw that coming. Could have put out the, well, actually, doesn't really matter now. 40 seconds, and he's in a lot of trouble. Backup coming in from the other side, as well as Fur being very aggressive right behind him, and Glaive try and see if he could do anything. I mean, I don't know what the right play is there. If you go for the bomb plant, you're probably dead anyway.
Wow. Round 15. Astralis with it all on the line here. Really need this last round to stand a chance to come back. Like I said, they can still bring it back on the CD side. It'll just take something monumental. And as Phelps using the team where they see the HE combo, it gives you a slight couple of seconds there to spray down with the smoke of the HE grenade. You can see coldzera, great stuff as usual. Glaive, no chance, and they'll have to buy up what they can in this final round. AK-47s and SMGs.
I'll invite you, Henry. Do you want to do a Moses, Henry, and go 100% that they've won it now? Are you feeling comfortable?
I just feel like it could be a moment where this is almost a lock-in. We'll see. This round will be indicative as which way it's going. 13-2. If it goes 13-2, Anders, I'll go for the 100%. All right. I'll lock it in at that point.
You have to say the words.
It's okay, like when it happens, I'll say it.
Man, 3 times in the middle, Henry.
We get a few minutes at halftime. We can discuss our options then.
All right, I appreciate it. We'll definitely do that. Yeah. Sort of trying to blast through the smoke down there in the sewer pipe and ended up getting destroyed, in fact, by Phelps. And Fur could have probably gone down there. He's going to try and back up a little bit, but that says something about the lack of map control here for Astralis. I mean, not even getting almost out of their spawn to that left-hand side and already getting blocked in. So they're just in a very strange position right now.
It's not looking good. 4 versus 3, Zipex with the UMP. There's an AUG for device. They've got a couple of flashbangs, 1 smoke. Is this going to be anything to write home about? It's Taco alone in the B side once again, but that hasn't been a problem in the past necessarily. We'll see him hold up with the AUG, just watching towards short. It's Dupree, though, making his way towards middle, seeing if anyone's flanked them. Has anyone gone for a backstab here? It's not going to get him much intel as they desperately try and make anything out of this round.
30 seconds left, and still maneuvering to try and get into it. They're looking to try and see and hit that B-bomb side again. They've tried that a number of times, and it just has not really been working out. Taco down here, ready with the AUG, and again, buying time. coldzera going to get the 1 kill. Taco once again, and the bomb even drops down in the water. I mean, if it wasn't bad already, certainly that makes it a lot worse. 13-2, Henry, in favor of MIBR against Astralis on Overpass.
And it's Mages' coup. Hello there. It's Mages who finishes at the bottom of 3 and 14, right?
Yes.
He's normally statistically the best performer on Overpass for Astralis. Now, this map isn't done yet, so we can't say, oh, he's not going to perform. Astralis are one of the most tenacious teams we have in any esport, to be honest. They're so good at these comebacks. They're so mentally strong. I'm sure if they win the pistol, there's a conversation to be had. They can bring this one back. If they lose the pistol, Anders, I'm going to say that's when the 100% moment comes in.
All right.
So do you
almost committed to it.
Okay. Why is this how you get Moses to do your dirty work? You say,
don't get Moses.
Jason, you should say this.
Don't get Moses to do anything. He's his own man, Henry. He can make his own choices.
Where is he now?
He's gone.
Gone. Wasn't invited.
No, wasn't invited. We booted him out. He made too many incorrect predictions over time.
I know. Well, it was going to happen eventually. If you're going to put yourself on the line, you've got to face the consequences sometimes, haven't you?
Yeah. Could only do so much, can't we, at the end of the day?
He's quite pretty, though.
Not as pretty as he could be, Henry. I think we could find ways to actually improve that.
Nice little dress, some makeup, something like that.
I have a couple of things planned.
Okay.
I think we could.
Sounds ominous. Got some things planned. We should okay, do you still feel like Astralis, with the current form they're showing right now?
Yes.
Do we feel like is Astralis playing badly or MIBR going above and beyond? I feel like it's the latter. I feel like MIBR presenting such a solid game. Astralis weren't expecting it. They weren't expecting this level to be brought to the table.
Maybe especially on this map. I think they would have looked at the same stats that we did. 1-0 out of the last 4 times they play this map. They probably feel like that's going to be great for us. We're looking good. So yeah, I agree. I think it's something similar. Just strong performance from the Brazilian side.
Yeah.
I'd done all the math on my little cue card. I'd done all the projections.
Yeah, like Anders, like people don't know this. Anders takes notes like every game. Like he writes stuff down and he makes sure he has all the information he needs to give you guys the best possible cast. And I think he's doing a fantastic job so far.
I really want to give him my all.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that says Liquid in face now. You turned around, so thanks for that.
Broken the fourth wall, ruined the magic.
Absolutely
let them look
destroyed
behind the curtain. It's all gone wrong. I can look at the buys while we're here. Just sorry, I don't have to break it down when we get into the game. I've got it all here. I can see what they're going to buy.
Perfect.
It's going to be 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, and an HE. No PT50 on the T side. Remember, it's MIBR now swapped over. And in terms of the CT buy, they've got 3 sets of armor right now. Glaive and Zipex not going to buy. Glaive is normally the utility player. He'll have the smoke, the diffuse kit, for example. But this suggests this sort of setup on the T side can still go towards A and B, obviously, but most teams favour the B bomb side. You can smoke towards Graffiti, towards Heaven, flash over. I'd say if they had the Molotov, it'd be more likely to go towards B. This looks like maybe just a classic A finish, but we'll see what they've got in mind. I'm excited either way.
Surprised there's no P250 there on the MIBR side.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because the P250 allows your star player, like you get a Cold Zero on a P250, for example, allows him to get that extra range and take a duel, maybe towards Long, because Long with the Glocks isn't really viable because you're going to be challenging the USPs, which can be the magnitude of different positions, and it can be very difficult to take them down unless you want to dump most of your utility in. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 13-2 down. The world's best team on the ropes, and there it is. Glaive will buy out the utility at the end. He's got a flashbang, smoke, and a decoy. No diffuse kit on the CT side, so they need to make sure they disallow the bomb to be planted. Cold Zero 20 frags, only 4 deaths as we go into a 13-2 scoreline. It looks like MIBR have got this one in the bag.
Preemptive grenade, that is a really good idea. Device actually, I think he backed off a little bit early, but otherwise that would have hit him right in the face, and if there would have been an extended fight, as you could tell, Phelps would have been right behind them. Now they're pushing outside of B, and Taco knows it. I feel like Taco is just in so many positions where he's sort of at the right place, right time, playing it defensively and smart almost all of the time. Megis, though, hitting a great headshot, and that's unfortunate. They actually had, I think, a really good shot at doing this MIBR. Now they've been slowed down a bit more, and they need to win this next fight, or it's probably not going to work out all that well.
Oh, surprised May just wants to stay around for this fight. They've got the advantage, and he doesn't seem satisfied with that. Still got to hold towards short. Much better position, though. This time, he's got backup from the short position. He can watch towards the pipe, but the flashbang will make things a little bit more complicated here. Cold Zero ready to deploy. As soon as he does, Phelps should open the door and swing out. There's the flash. Here comes the swing. Not quite. They're being patient with this one, seeing if there's any sort of reaction as Taco looks for the intel, and May just holds his nerve. Doesn't give anything away.
I'm kind of surprised at that. I mean, that was the flashbang that they had, so it wasn't like they could follow it up and try it again.
I really think they should have maybe swung out on that and maybe got the kill, but either way, smoking towards A, and a dink comes through. Dupree down to 12 HP, somehow still alive. Couldn't finish off the shot. It's going to be fur that's dropped. There's still a chance here as Cold Zero brings one back in their favor. Phelps somehow gets the jumping headshot, and a second kill comes in. That's Dupree, the low HP player, dropped, and now they're heading towards B in a sort of split mentality. Phelps coming in, I think, they're falling back.
Yeah, they're going back to the bomb, and Device got caught. He did not see that coming. I mean, no one did, right?
We can see everything, we didn't see it.
That's mental. And by the way, what on earth is Phelps doing to the game? How is he pre-firing the edge of the smoke for the second kill? I mean, this is outrageous. Now it's on Sip, and he's going to get run down. What a round from Phelps.
That's so sick.
Like, the first shot was jumping. The second was pre-firing the edge of the smoke. That's a hell of a way to win a round.
Well, that might be the 100% victory now for MIBR. 14-2 has to be the force buy here from Astralis. Very good at the Deagles, the SMGs, and the Scout for Device. But you can see this scoreboard. We're in round number 17. Not a single player on Astralis has broken double digits just yet. Highest fragger Device on 9 and 15. Kills is not coming in their favor. They're looking pretty weak today. And this is the final day of the tournament as well. Not a good day to look a little slow. We'll see Fur waiting for the aggression here. They've got lots of firepower. You can see the T's don't want to give anything away. 3 AKs, Galil, 1 UMP. compromises their utility, but at this point, they know that they're hitting every single shot. They don't want to give anything away at this point as they head towards long, and that makes a lot of sense. We just mentioned they've got those AKs. You want to go in a position where they can't really do much about it. Sure, there could be a scout there, but at this point, it's very defensive towards the A side.
What an interesting game this is now. I mean, when MIBR are playing like this, it makes me even more upset that yesterday wasn't what it really could have been for them, because then they could have still had a pretty good shot at, I think, at making it, you know, once you take down Astralis in the group stage, with the format that we're playing, that means you should be in contention to play for top 2. Of course, now there's a very tricky Na'Vi and Liquid are still in front of them by a mile, so not going to be easy at all. But this is still, what an encouraging performance.
Yeah, well, they're not out of the running just yet. Remember, they drew against FaZe yesterday.
Yeah, it's not done.
If they can win out the rest of these games, like the way they're looking today, there's a conversation to be had that they could do this. Like, not many other teams at this tournament will beat Astralis. That's great points to pick up. Draw against FaZe as well, not too bad. And it will be dupreeh now, smoking off towards the bathrooms. And with 30 seconds on the clock, that could be enough. Time will tell, but he'll be dropped. That's Fallen getting it done. Need the headshot here. Device not going to happen. Match point knocking on the door of Astralis at this point. We're going to see Magus, Glaive, and Zipex just with pistols trying to make their way through towards the bomb site. A desperate grenade comes through, barely scratches the Brazilians here. And that's going to be absolutely zero chance of winning this round.
Yeah, not going to happen. A little bit of tapping away here. It's all just for show. 15-2 in favor of MIBR against Astralis. I mean,
wow.
Sister Henry, I said that they were going to win the Berlin Major, and I feel like...
You said MIBR?
Yeah. Like,
can I get in on this?
Yeah, you can. There's still room.
Sell my soul to you, the devil. And what is Jason? Who's Jason think is going to win?
Well, Jason has stopped making predictions altogether.
He must think Liquid, though. He must be saying Liquid.
Surely there's no way that he can still be on that. Like, I feel like...
That's over already. 2 events is done.
It's treated him very badly.
Derailed the hype train.
His life, when it comes to these things, Henry, is pure misery at this point.
Yeah, it's true. He can't really catch a break, that guy.
It would be exciting, wouldn't it, if he got on the Astralis train, and then that's when he lost.
He starts going, yeah, you know what? I think they're going to continue this dominance for the next 2 years. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Then they crash out, change the roster. It all goes wrong.
I will admit, so much of my life is about just watching how the universe treats Moses, and it is funny.
Life's not fair for him sometimes. But either way, it's going to be dupreeh trying to fend them off. It looks like we're done here. I can't believe I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen. It will be 16-2 by the looks of things in favor of MIBR against Astralis, but don't speak too soon. dupreeh might be able to get this one done. He is low HP. A couple of bullets will take him down, especially if they hit him in the head like that. And Zipex and Glaive, who's actually the walking wounded right now at 18 HP, trying to hold the A-bomb site. He's got a CZ to do it. How does he possibly make this work? I'm not sure he even can. Flashbang comes through and doesn't really find anyone. One bullet anywhere on his body will take him down at this point. Phelps doesn't want to overcommit. They really want to guarantee their chances of winning the round. And still, Glaive holds strong. Zipex are rotating. They've got to stick together at this point, hope for the best. And there it is. Can you believe it? 16-2 in favor of MIBR against the #1 team in the world. What a convincing victory that is. Astralis didn't even get a chance to get going, Anders.
No, what a performance. 17 kills on Phelps there. They're not sure what Cold Zero ended at, but...
4 at the end. Yeah.
24-4 for Cold Zero. Would you look at that, Henry?
I know. I want to look at it more. I want to see more and more of that as the tournament continues. Finally, some signs of life there for MIBR. Everyone's kind of took them out of the running completely. Their results speak for themselves, and rightly so. The fact they've won one single series against Panda in the last 9 games, I guess 10 now, that would be cause for concern, and arguably so. So I'm happy the way they performed here. The fact they've done it against Astralis as well.
Yes.
Like we said, final day of the tournament, a couple more best of ones to go. They could make it to the final. Could be a thing.
That would be exciting. I would love to see something like that.
What do we do now?
I think we're going to probably throw it either to the next stream or just to the break. So stay with us and we'll be back soon.
He's the player with the kit, but now he's down. Someone's going to have to retrieve it, and as Rain's gun goes dry, Guardian is the only player left. And with that bomb now only a quarter of the way left, he is doomed. So there was a very real chance when FaZe Clan had that flank on mid. I mean, Cajun didn't even have the bomb plant when he started taking damage. Vice was actually turned watching the site as opposed to flank, and that could have very well cost them. But at least we have Cloud9 winning second pistol.
Let's see if they can be a better threat for FaZe than they were for even Liquid, because they'll have to be with this scoreline that they have to work with. They do get the pistol, which is nice. It's a good start, and it was a good post plan. They used a single smoke again to get there. They had, I think, a Molotov on Golden, which I don't think they and they needed at the end of the day. But now they got themselves an Antigua, a little bit of room to breathe. They've got three MAC-10s, a Galil, and AK, and they haven't decided to full out rush a site. Instead, they were going to play something of a default. I'm not sure. I want to know where the AK is, of all things. They've got a few MAC-10s. So Cajun playing by himself in the stairway, kind of keeping these long distances. The only threat here is to maybe get one degged from the end of the stairs by the CTs, but that threat's not there. So he can hold on to this very important rotation spot. And as his teammate comes out to short B, he knows that his teammate cannot get pinched, and his teammate can focus on the short B ramp instead of that and his back. So now Cloud9 setting up for what looks like smokes into an execute, but they cancel for a second, maybe just delay for time, or because they have a hunch.
Are these smokes going to change things on B? Nothing as of yet. Adrian still retains his full vision. He's had it since the get-go.
Yeah, I couldn't tell for a second there what Cloud9 wanted to do with it. Looks like it's fun.
It is a slow round from Na'Vi. They are playing very passively, and they can. They have the information. Zeus there with that deep banana smoke, yet to be challenged. Very limited utility here for Team Liquid to really work with. And Zeus is going to spot them as they start to move towards banana. But with a minute left, they can force Zeus back into the B-bomb side with this pressure, and then they can go back towards top mid, where they still have Nav. So will they try to push in here? There is a rotation from Flamey. 40 seconds left to plant this bomb. And indeed, we start to see them, after forcing the rotation for the CTs, Team Liquid move towards top mid with that bomb.
30 seconds for Team Liquid. Edward could absolutely massacre. He's looking the wrong way. And that's a rifle to be collected now. And they've got the numbers game. Electronic can cut those numbers to pieces, though. Buying some time as well. Ooh, trying to play the headshot positions, but he will get headshot by Twist, who had that AK from the start. And now there's a 3 versus 2. Liquid fighting right back.
Yeah, there's no kit on Simple as Zeus. I don't know if there's one on the bomb side, but Simple. He's so important here. Oh, he spots an arse. He's going to be shooting at that, but he can't find the fatal connection. Problems here. Twist's angle is too strong from the pit position. Zeus is forced back. There's nothing he can do. And just as Na'Vi did to Liquid, Liquid do to Na'Vi in this round, James. Very well played. They had so little utility to work with, but they found a way to win this one, surprisingly. And we have such a game on our hands here.
Balance in the universe. Both teams force against each other. Right then. Na'Vi have decisions to make again. It's the best of one. It is cutthroat. Liquid are 5 rounds away from victory. Na'Vi trailed by 4. Do they risk decimating their economy if they go for the forced buy and lose? Would it give them more grenades in the buy round? They'll go for the forced buy, as most people would. I think it's fair to say. FAMAS will be dropped. Simple will carry the French gun. We've got pistols here and there. And the Nova's out again for Edward. We'll see if he can have success with it as well. 4 rounds behind Na'Vi. They'll start with 3 players towards that B-bomb site. Simple quickly deploying the first grenade and going back towards A. So everything normal for the time being, but that might be when normal ends for Na'Vi, considering what they're carrying.
Yeah, they made it work once, and you'd imagine Liquid will have a different approach.